Happy Friday. How is everybody? Are you ready? It's time to get real. Are we excited? It's Friday. I'm happy it's Friday. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, as of yesterday, I had 42 YouTube subscribers. So that was, my goal was 40 by Wednesday and I got 42 by Thursday. So that was one day after I had originally wanted. And so what? Okay. Sometimes we do what we can and we have to wait it out. Why would you want to quit one day short of success? If your success takes one day longer than you anticipated, is that worth quitting over? No. Okay. I always used to think this, have you ever wondered how many times you've done that? Stopped one day short or 1 week short of success? Who knows if tomorrow is going to be your day? You never gave yourself the chance. I always used to wonder this for my Weight Watcher members. Sometimes it gets frustrating when you're trying to lose weight and you're on a plateau for a month maybe. Okay, you haven't lost any weight in a month. And then you just get frustrated and you quit. What if that next week their body finally started to cooperate and they would have dropped 4 pounds? You don't know. You gave up. Don't do that, okay? Wait it out. Do your part and then give it time. So my goal is to read 1 book a month. I started my September book, The Miracle Morning. I talked about that yesterday. I did calculate that I have to read at least 7 pages a day in order to be done by the end of September. And it really helps me, especially if there's something that I'm almost forcing myself to do, which is kind of what I'm doing with reading right now. I'm not going to lie. I still don't love it, but I'm training myself to learn to love it. And in the interim, instead of thinking, man, I have to read this whole book, I'm thinking I have to read 7 pages a day. So I'm just breaking that goal down into smaller goals, okay? I also want to point out that it has been pointed out to me by a couple people that I say and a lot. I will work on that. That will be a work in progress. So wait me out on that, okay? I will try. Today we are talking about negative self-talk. And I'm pretty sure that most of us do this. Most of us are not our biggest fans. Now, there's a quote by Edward, and I can't pronounce his last name, you can see it in the comments of this video. He says, loving or hating the life you are living is solely all in your repeated self-talk. So if you love your life, it's because you say you love your life, regardless of what your life consists of. And if you don't love your life, it's because you keep telling yourself you don't love your life. I wasn't even planning to say this, but I remember, what's the show where the bosses come on, Undercover Boss, I think, if you've ever watched that show. There was this guy who cleaned out porta potties for a living. That was his job, to clean out porta potties. This guy was the most positive guy. He loved his life. He loved that he had a job. He was always happy. If a guy cleaning out porta potties can be positive, you can too. Trust me, you can too. So we are what we repeatedly think, and what we focus on expands. So what we're always thinking to ourselves, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and becomes more true for us because we tell ourselves it's true. So what does your running internal dialogue sound like right now? Take a second and think about that. I will tell you some of the things that I've heard and even some of the things I've said to myself. What about, I can't do it? I can't do it. Or that's a dumb idea. Or this is the big one, I'm so fat. Or what about, I'm too skinny, or that was stupid, or why me? It's not fair, I'm ugly. Negative. All right. My big one for me, the biggest negative thing I say to myself, my thighs are flabby. I don't like my thighs. I don't like my legs. That's mine. So because of that, I wouldn't wear shorts until probably 3 years ago. I would never, ever, ever wear shorts. And then finally one day I said, you know what? This is what I have. This is what helps me deadlift. This is what helps me walk up the stairs. This is what helped me carry my babies around. This is what helps me bring the groceries in. These legs, these are the legs I have. I've done the best I can with them, or the best I'm willing to do with them, while still kind of enjoying my life. So whatever, I'm hot and I'm putting on shorts. So I gave that up a while ago, but it's still not my favorite thing. So it's always something to work on. But all of those things, so negative, so negative. Now here's the thing. I want you to, everything you say to yourself, I want you to go say that to a friend right now. You say to yourself, I'm so fat. I want you to go say to your friend, you know what, you're so fat. Or you say to yourself, that was stupid. Go say to your friend, that was stupid. You wouldn't. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. We need to start talking to ourselves like we would talk to someone else. We need to start building ourselves up like we would build somebody else up. We need to start believing in ourselves like we would believe in someone else. We need to start believing that we are more than worth what we think we are, what we tell ourselves we are. We need to start thinking and training ourselves to be positive. Maybe this does not come naturally to you, and I don't think it comes naturally to most people, but it can be a trait that you train yourself to use and to do. So this starts with our thoughts, okay? I can't and won't needs to become I can and will. And we talked about this in the no excuses video, like from last week, I think. So those are the 4 words to success. I can and will. We must learn to accept and love ourselves the way we are right now. And everything you tell yourself is stored in your subconscious, and you begin to believe it whether it's true or not. So everything you're telling yourself, whether it's true or not, becomes truth to you because you repeat it over and over and over to yourself. So I want to focus on the big one, the one that most of us out there tell ourselves. You know what it's going to be? I'm fat. A lot of us women, men, you know, I always used to just think it was women. It's men, it's kids, it's everybody tells themselves they're fat, okay? First of all, is that true? You need to ask yourself, is that a true statement? Are you fat? I've called myself fat when I was the thinnest I've ever been, when I was the healthiest I'd ever been, when I was the fittest I'd ever been, when I'd had the most muscles I've ever had. I was still calling myself fat. It wasn't true. Okay? It wasn't true. So if you are not fat, please stop saying that you are fat. You may feel fat, which is a different thing that we'll talk about in a minute, but you are not fat. If you are fat, it's okay. Being fat simply means you are carrying around extra calories, and calories are our body's source of fuel and energy. So calorie is energy, okay? So if you are fat, it just means you're carrying around extra calories or energy that you are storing as body fat that you haven't used yet. That's really what being fat means. That's it, nothing else. It's an adjective. It describes something that you are. It's just simply a descriptive word. The same as I'm short, or I have brown hair, or I have nice arms. Okay, had to. Or I have a can you see it? Wait, where is it? I have a tattoo. Being fat is simply just the same thing, describing something that you are. The problem lies in giving that fact that you're fat a negative feeling. That's when it becomes a problem. The feelings that we associate with being fat are not typically good because of the way it makes us feel about ourselves and the way we perceive how other people think about us because we are fat. Okay, so stop giving that word or any of the words that you tell yourself so much power. If you don't want extra body fat, then practice the behaviors needed to lose it. And in the meantime, focus on all the other wonderful things that you love about yourself. Maybe instead of just saying I'm fat, say I'm smart, I have nice hair, I'm kind, I'm generous, I'm caring, I'm a good mom, I'm a good dad, I'm helpful, I'm committed to reaching my goals, I'm a great student, I've come so far, I've really changed for the better. These are just a million things. There are a million other things that you could say to yourself, a million other things that you could call yourself, a million other things that you could focus on. Anything and everything positive. The more you talk to yourself positively, the more your conscious will store those messages and the more you will begin to believe it. Because it works the same for negative and positive. If you're telling yourself negative things, you'll begin to believe it. If you're telling yourself positive things, you'll begin to believe it. You're essentially brainwashing yourself, training yourself to see the glass as half full instead of the glass as half empty. So if that doesn't come naturally to you, keep practicing over and over and over, and you will get better at it, okay? If we are what we repeatedly do and think, then it makes sense that all we need to do is change our negative thoughts to positive thinking. And it's more of a big deal than I just said. Not just like all we need to do is change our thoughts to positive thinking. It will take time, it will take effort, it will take practice. But you need to start doing that today, right this second. Focus on what you do like instead of what you don't like. Focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do. Focus of, if you're thinking, I truly can't do that right now. Okay, well, focus on how you can be able to become to be able to do that. Whatever. You understand what I'm saying, okay? So how can you instead of how you can't? Focus on the good, not the bad. Positivity is a choice that becomes a trait that will lead to change, which will lead to success. Okay, so that is our focus. That is our mission, is to begin to change those negative thoughts to positive thoughts one at a time, just one at a time. Okay, so that's what your action steps for today are. To comment on this video with one thing you like about yourself, one thing you like about you, not one thing you like about your friend, but one thing you like about you. And that's, maybe you're going to say, well, isn't that conceited, or aren't I bragging about myself? No, and maybe. Is it not okay to brag about yourselves? Why ourselves? Why do we always have to say such bad things about ourselves? Pump yourself up. Be your biggest cheerleader. We all have flaws. Why are we so focused on them? Focus on the things that are good about us. I mean, I think I'm awesome. Most days. Some days I suck, but most days I'm pretty awesome. So comment on this video with one thing you like about yourself, and then I want you to develop a default positive thought. So you're not just going to be able to stop having negative thoughts, but every time you have a negative thought, you can train yourself with this default positive thought. So maybe I am, every time you think I'm fat, you say to yourself, I am so much more than fat. I am funny. I am a good friend. Whatever it is, develop a default positive thought. So I'm fat. Nope, I'm funny. I'm fat. Nope, I'm funny. And then you're focused on that as opposed to just this one thing that we always tend to go to, which is that negative. And then as always, my awesome people out there that I'm so thankful for, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And then tune in tomorrow. It's Saturday. It's going to be our real life recap week 2. So we'll touch on everything that we've talked about and maybe do a little Q&A or something. Okay. So I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great start to your weekend. Get out there. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So go and enjoy this weather. I already got my workout in for today. I really liked my workout. I went to the 5 a.m. class today. After this, I'm eating breakfast. I'm pretty hungry. My friend Nicole's kids are coming over and Robin's here to babysit them, so I get to spend some time with the kiddos, and just gonna have a great day. Hope you do too. See you tomorrow. Bye.